Jesus, Paul, and the other New Testament writers not only made claims about authority this new humanity has over their old human nature and over death itself, but also something that Paul refers to as the powers, the principalities and powers. This is perhaps one of the hardest aspects of the biblical account for us to grapple with today. We tend to see the seen realm as the beginning and end of reality. And of course, the seen realm is how Jesus of Nazareth came into being and how we inhabit this world. We are material bodies in a material world. And at the same time, the claim of the entire Bible is there is an unseen realm, that it completely interacts with and informs what happens in the seen material realm. There are accounts of spiritual principalities and powers that have jurisdiction over areas, that have jurisdiction over cultures and nations. Perhaps the best way for us to understand that now is the idea of cultural or institutional systemic belief systems. I think these are probably two sides of the same coin. There are malign, malevolent spiritual influences which influence individuals, but on a mass societal level, which cause the devaluing and ultimately the destruction of human life. How you can spot these principalities and powers is what is their fruit. Do they lead to these mindsets, these ideologies, these ways of thinking about what it is to be human? Do they lead to life and human flourishing in the long term? Or do they actually lead humanity down to a path of devaluing life and finally destroying it? It is by our fruit that we know and understand where our ideologies come from. And what's really encouraging and powerful and empowering about Jesus and Paul and the other New Testament writers is they all claim that we, through the death and resurrection of Jesus, have full authority over these principalities and powers, both in our own life, not to be seduced by them, to see clearly where these ideologies come from, but also we can take authority over them and inaugurate a new creation, a place where we take captive every thought, as Paul says in Corinth, and make it obedience to the governance of Jesus, under which all human life flourishes. So our mandate is to live in the reality of the seen and the unseen realm, and to bring that in every area of our thinking, our belief system, our behaviour and our lifestyle. As we do that, we will participate in the advance of the good governance of God in the seen and the unseen realm, on earth as it is in heaven, to the ends of the earth. We will see the prophetic vision of a kingdom really marked by righteousness, peace and joy, established to the ends of the earth. And we will see the destruction of these ways of thinking, these ideologies that contribute to the devaluing and destruction of human life, and rather we will see the replacing of the belief system in the person of Jesus. That alone will establishing human flourishing to the ends of the earth.